Okay, throttle body cleaning. This is a maintenance item. When you are starting to experience a rough idle, maybe your car has a lot of kilometers, there's a lot of miles on it. That's the same thing, but you know, one's American and one's Canadian. If you are getting up in those kilometers, maybe you're starting to see reduced fuel economy. This isn't a magic bullet, but it's a start, and it can gain you back a better idle, can get you fuel economy. In general, it's just good maintenance too. So let's jump into this, and I'm going to show you how to clean a throttle body on an F-150. Now, this is an electronic throttle body. It's going to be very similar to every other electronic throttle body out there. The big difference you might notice is whether there's coolant running through your throttle body or not. If there is coolant running through your throttle body, I would recommend just cleaning it in place, unbolt it. You usually have a little bit of wiggle room with the coolant hoses and going from there. But cable driven is a little different. Cable driven, if you're really not that experienced, just get access to it. Clean it from the front. Don't worry about cleaning the rear as much as I did. This affects electronic throttle bodies more than cable throttle bodies because electronic throttle bodies use a little motor to move it, okay? That motor gives a finite amount of voltage and is expecting that butterfly to open a certain amount. When you're doing a throttle-driven throttle body, your foot is what determines how much that throttle is going to open and close. You go all the way down, throttle's going to open all the way. With an electronic throttle body, if you go all the way down, it's going to give the max voltage to the motor in the throttle body. Does not mean it's going to open all the way. So keep that in mind. Let's get into it. And then in order to disconnect your wire, there's a red tab here. These break off all the time. It's not the end of the world if it breaks off, but you just pull it back and then push down on the top here and pull, and it'll come off. Now, I would be reconnecting that, but we actually need to take the intake off in order to access our little steering shaft there. So I'm going to swap over to my GoPro while I do a little bit of disassembly. It's just two 8mm bolts, and the intake tube will come off. Okay, there we are. The intake is off. If you saw there, I disconnected it from these two barbs. This guy likes to break, so I never really recommend pulling it off of there. You can kind of try to, but oh, there we go. Came off for me. It helps too using a flathead screwdriver just to stretch these hoses out a little bit. Less good on just barbed fittings, but if it's got a clamp on it anyways, less of a big deal because you're clamping it. If you look at my throttle body, it is incredibly dirty. So you can clean it with it still in there, but it is super easy to pull it off. It's 4 bolts and 1 connector. You don't even need to take the connector off. Just do the 4 bolts. And just like that, it pops off. Ooh, the intake is nasty looking. Now I am actually going to disconnect my throttle body to do this. Plus then I can give you guys some close-ups on the camera to just see how absolutely disgusting my throttle body is. Okay, look at this. Back completely black. Front is pretty gross. And you can just hear the crunching from the dirt in there. So we're going to get that cleaned out. Super easy to clean it out. I've got this old can of throttle body clean that doesn't spray anymore. There's a hole in the top that I use to pour it out. It'll work fine. You can use brake clean too. There's nothing wrong with brake clean. And we're just going to wipe all of this gross excess carbon out of here. Okay, now you can see the front side is nice and clean. Back side, we still have a fair amount of buildup in here that just doesn't really want to come off that nicely. Do not use metal to clean this, like a pick or something like that. Don't be going in here and scraping this off because this is aluminum. You will scratch the crap out of it. This is a piece of 2000 grit sandpaper. We're going to get it wet, and we're going to use this to clean it. And you can see with the 2000 grit sandpaper, we were able to get that much cleaner. Don't use anything metal on this. Just very fine sandpaper and some kind of carbon cleaner. So now that that's all cleaned up, we can put that back on. I'm just going to do a quick wipe. Okay, and then we're just going to tighten it up. Same way you tighten anything in an offset pattern, so that pressures stay even. And torque specs for these bolts is right here. Do not over torque these because they are held in plastic. You will break your intake manifold. And finally, do not forget, plug your throttle body back in because you'll have a real bad time if you don't have a throttle body plugged in. Make sure it's seated properly too. Let's put our intake back together now. Little tip, if you're finding it hard to get these hoses back on, you can lubricate them a bit. If you accidentally pulled that out, make sure it goes back on and make sure that this system gets put back together because this is how your brake booster works. Without this little spider here, you're not going to have power brakes, which will be a bad time. Also make sure to put these clamps back on because the last thing that you want is for one of these hoses to become disconnected. We'll put the lid on here. Connect the mass airflow sensor. And put on our intake. Now I did not show while disconnecting how to take this intake hose off. Just on this guy, it's going to be down like this. You just reach down underneath here and push on that little tab. Push it back and pull straight out and it'll slide off. And then conveniently when you're putting them on, they're actually a lot easier to go on than they are coming off. And then just tighten these clamps down. If I can find a torque spec for them, I will post them here, but otherwise, don't over tighten them. Just tighten them until you can't move them. And there you have it. Like I said, guys, real simple way to gain back a little bit of fuel economy, to gain back a little bit of idle, and just good maintenance. I mean, look at what that throttle body looked like. I have 200,000 kilometers on this truck. It's about 160,000 miles. That's disgusting. Obviously, the intake is pretty gross too, but the intake is not a moving part. While there's stuff moving through it, it itself is not moving. So this should greatly improve, maybe not greatly, this should improve both idle and fuel economy on this truck. So if you have any questions on your specific make and model, drop it in the comments. Right now, I am a small content creator. I can help you guys out, and I love to help people out. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them down in the comments. Otherwise, if you like learning about automotive, drop me a subscribe. I have an engineering background, so I tend to approach cars very differently than most creators do. I also tend to approach problems very differently than most creators do. So if that's something you're interested in, hit subscribe. Anyways, guys, I love y'all. Y'all beautiful. Hope you had a great day. Best way to learn how to work on your car is just to start. I always recommend starting with a beater. That way, if you break it, you still have your daily to drive to work. But the best way to learn is to do it. Second best way to learn, subscribe to Kempinator Gaming. Just watch his videos. You'll be surprised by how much you think about things differently just by continuously watching automotive content. Okay, bye!